Carrie's here again. Yay.
Hey, everybody.
Man, this is
welcome.
Hi,
How's everybody?
Carrie. Hi, Dad. What's up?
Okay, Carol.
Hi, Eric. Great to see you. Hi, Carolyn.
Hello.
Helen.
Desi, I didn't say good morning to you. Good morning, Desi.
Good morning, Jim. I know we were like, hurry. So we just jump right into things, huh?
It is 12 o'clock somewhere.
It is. Although definitely not here on the West Coast.
Hi, Christopher.
Hi, Chad.
Good to have you.
Nice.
What's up, Michelle? How are you? Good to have you.
Here we go, not muted.
There we go, not muted.
Not muted. All right, look at everybody. There's Linda.
Linda, yep. Hi, Michelle.
Awesome. Still have a few more people jumping in here. I know it's a hot topic, you know. Everybody loves to hear about STEM because it's the future. And so a lot of people want to jump in for this one, kind of see what's going on. And so Jasmine is here with us today, but we're going to do a couple more shout outs. I got a couple of announcements I'd like to make. Just want to give people a chance to log in because
hi, Renee. Good to see you.
We have quite a few people.
Come on, Teresa. Smile, girl. Looking way too serious.
Nice. Huh?
She's like so focused.
Hey, Renee was on the Clubhouse the other day. Yeah, sharing. Awesome.
Good time.
Nice.
Oh, here comes that door, Teresa.
Awesome.
Everybody leave us alone. Hi, Linda.
Hi there.
Hi, Jade. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. You know, pink seems to be the color today. We got a lot of pink.
Well, it's a good color.
February, you'll be here before we...
That's why. Got a couple more people. Vic is struggling, I think, to get in here, but he's coming. So
Andrea, good to see you. Sheila, good to see you. Rebecca, Eileena, Mary Louise.
So I want to kind of do a couple little announcements, and I was going to ask Jim, who is clearly not actually in front of his computer at the time, but he and Jess, remember we had Jess on here recently, are doing a webinar coming up. So when he gets back in front of his desk, let's hope that he can get that webinar information up there. Jim, hi, Jim.
Morning.
So I was just saying that I saw that you and Jess are doing a webinar coming up with Women in Drones. Yes. And so if you have the link to that, can you share that with everybody? That looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Give me a second here. Sure.
That would be great. Also,
hi, Jim. Hi, Vic.
While he's doing
how's it going, bros?
I am also going to share here. I'm going to put something in the chat as well. Whoop, got a couple more people jumping in here. And hi, Jade. So I also want to share about the Women in Drones. I know a lot of you already know the Women in Drones website, right? But I wanted to share that library resource page. It's phenomenal. If you have not gone to that page, it's unbelievable the amount of resources that are available. There's industry resources, there's governmental resources, trademark, patents, copies, hotline, drone data is in there. There's a free GIS class. I was like stoked when I saw that one. Digital age, little nuggets, smart cities, because smart cities are fun. I like those. So all kinds of information in there. So I really, really encourage you to check that out. I put the link in there. And so if you wanted to check it out, you have the link. Jim is going to provide the link for the webinar that he has coming up as well. And it looks like it just went in there. When is that webinar, Jim?
It is February 8th.
Yeah, that'll be a great one. You don't want to miss that. And so with that, Looks like we have several people in here already. And so I would like to segue over to our spotlight speaker because it's super exciting to have Jasmine here today. She has a drone STEM program as well. And Jasmine, do you want to share about your company and how you got started and tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the drone industry? I'm going to make you spotlight. Hold on.
Can you hear me okay?
Perfect. Yes.
All right, let's get started. I have a few slides for you. Can you see my screen okay?
Not yet.
Oh.
We see you. All right. Now we're seeing your whole list of, there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Good morning, everyone, or good
morning.
afternoon. You are not local to PST time. Thank you for having me today, Women in Drones, and especially Desi with coordinating with me and encouraging me to speak about this. So glad to be here and very happy to share. I'm just going to go ahead and get started, tell you a little bit about the recap of Girl Meets Drone. And I titled it From Girl Meets Drone to Girl Met Drone because the program is finished and I want to talk about what I learned from that experience. So just to give you a quick overview of what Greater Than Tech is all about. My goal is to increase the number of women technical leaders and business owners of underrepresented women. And I'm doing that by creating a pipeline of girls by investing in tech forward futures and early education for middle and high school students. So a little bit about me and my background. I am an aerospace engineer by study and by trade. I work at Collins Aerospace, business unit of Raytheon Technologies. And I started this nonprofit about 2 years ago with my co-founder, who's also an employee at Raytheon Technologies. I felt like I was always in the community doing work as far as underrepresented youth and just, you know, representing the company. And it inspired me to want to do something on my own because I knew that I could make a bigger impact if I just had a little bit more control on how I wanted to operate things, if that makes sense. So I was a robotics instructor before with Brittany Wheeler, my co-founder, and we saw that the girls that we were serving, the ones that looked like us, it seemed as though they weren't necessarily hands-on and ready to engage with the tech. And I'm going to go a little bit more into what I believe that is a factor from. But, you know, just overall, I'm in the aerospace industry, been in the industry for 6 years. I've gotten a few awards just based off of my community service leadership. And overall, I am just excited to keep doing this work. And I would say Girl Meets Drone was a huge piece of the success of Breakout Tech. Quickly into the problem statement, something that I think is really the key issues of why we're not seeing underrepresented groups in STEM is that accessibility resources primarily. A lot of times in underserved communities, they don't have access to STEM programs, so they don't necessarily have parents at home who are teaching them about the benefits of being in the STEM environment. Self-efficacy, that's what I was leaning towards around when I was a robotics instructor before. The girls who looked like me, they weren't necessarily confident in what they were doing because they were first-time techies. They were first-time coders, first-time working on robots. And I wanted to pretty much cater to them a little bit more because they didn't necessarily have the confidence to code like the other girls who have had experience before. And then I think another thing that we do different is that we're bringing in some real world applicability, real world experiences where the girls can actually see how STEM is applicable to their everyday lives. On the upper hand, when we're looking at the demographic of women leaders, technical business owners, a lot of times I feel like a subset of why we don't have many of them is because typically, when you think about business, that's not necessarily something that's taught in the school system, especially not with technology. So we're pretty much combining technology and business together. And I think that's very unique to what a lot of schools are doing. Advocacy on the higher spectrum, with leadership, you don't see a lot of women in those C-suite, CTO type of roles. And I think because you don't see a lot of people in that position that look like me, typically it's harder to engage people to work with the youth that are underserved. Lastly, empowerment. The interesting thing is that women of color are making up the fastest business owners, but a lot of times they're not in a technical business. So we're trying to, pair business and technology where we're seeing more growth in entrepreneurship and just being in the tech world in general. So I would say our solution is that we're not your average STEM program. We're more like a STEM for Good incubator. We're using technology to empower underserved youth to change the world and create and give them the opportunity for their ideas to come to life. And our way of doing that is by partnering with technology companies that have maybe a corporate social responsibility arm or have grants that serve for STEM programs where we're making like-minded companies. Let's say, for example, Grow Me Strong, we paired with aerospace companies to put something like that together. The students would join the program, they would learn about the emerging tech, and then ideally, these are potential ideas that can come to life and actually create, new job opportunities in whatever way it looks like. So that is that like nirvana where we really want to go. Solution, big three for me in what Greater Than Tech really provides is self-efficacy, engineering, entrepreneurship, and teamwork. These pillars are in every single program we have. We have a variety of workshops, development programs, competitions, seminars, and today we're specifically going to focus on Grow Me Strong. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what Greater Than Tech is all about. So learning objectives for Girl Meet Strong. So we did 5 learning objectives. I will say I'm a teacher by nature, but the things that I always want to make sure that students are getting out of is like learning about the tech. So the tech in this case was drones, drone technology, drone industry. We had a drone SME come in and talk about what the drone industry is all about. One of the big pieces of Greater Than Tech is that technology and business teachings together. So they always learn about the commonalities of engineers and business people. In Grow Me Strong specifically, they did coding using drone blocks. And then overall, they did leadership, presentation skills, and teamwork. These are very key to all the programs we've ever done. This is just a quick little, can you hear this okay? Okay. So this is our SME that we had come and talk about all the different drone requirements and all the industries. So I just wanted to show that clip because Ebony is very relatable. We had mostly girls of color in that room and she was only 23. She has a business. She's definitely someone that they could relate to. And, she's speaking in language that they understand. So she was engaging them in a way that I think is very different than, when you think about your typical drone pilot, right? Like women in drones, we're always trying to get more women in drones. But I think this particular person was great for the audience that I had in the room. I'm going to show you the quick recap video. I'll probably just go through it quickly. It's only 2 minutes. But I think this definitely puts a lot of things into words. I mean, visuals, and then I'm going to put it into words.
We give girls a chance to have a hands-on technology experience, but we take it a step further. Whatever it is about what process you want. To know that they can excel in STEM, but also STEM as a force for good, such as social impact, build their own businesses, and create opportunities for others.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
We are applying STEM to the world. We're expanding their horizons in tech because we want them to not own a business ourselves as engineers and scientists, but also as tech leaders and business owners. Especially in the drone industry, where it is still very new and still growing. There is so much room for more women in this space. We felt they needed exposure to this opportunity. And we created Girls in STEM, so girls know the drone industry is a place to belong and can thrive.
Okay. Thank you for standing by for that. Hopefully you could hear it okay. It is on YouTube. So I wanted to just kind of get into the meat and bones of what we did in the program. I would say this framework is very key to how we teach our programs. We're all about showing how engineering and business work hand in hand. And that crux of what you see there is problem solving. And, you know, the reason why we want them to not only see themselves as engineers, but we want them to see themselves as entrepreneurs, to be able to create more opportunities for other people and just create things that they want to see in the world. So, you know, with this Venn diagram, you see all these different aspects of why we're teaching engineering and business together, because it's that creativity, it's cost, it's leadership, it's things that I wish I would have known earlier in my, when I was in middle school or high school, because I mean, maybe my trajectory would have been a little bit differently. So I want to just highlight kind of our crux of our curriculum. And something that we do very different is that, you know, a lot of people are familiar with a business model canvas, but what we did is we pretty much chopped out the key resources, key partners, that operational side of that, what you normally see in a business model canvas. And we tied in that tech, we tied in that design, build, test, engineering model. So this is basically a step-by-step way that we taught the program, where every hour, every day, they were pretty much peeling back one of these boxes. For example, this was our tech objective for Girl Meets Drone. So after we had Ebony tell them about all the different industries that drones are used, we had them pick a drone industry that they wanted to build their drone business around. And then we asked them, how could your drone business solve a problem in the industry that you picked? So this would have been like box number one for them. And then, oh, by the way, we gave them a price point. We said, hey, this costs $1,000. It can only do maneuvers in short range and take still pictures. So how would you redesign this into be something that is beneficial? We gave them a few different like a la carte suggestions that they could use. So as an engineer, typically you're always working with design requirements. And what we intertwined in this was the cost piece. So we said, hey, you can add on your design upgrades to your drone, has to be at least $2,000, no more than $5,000. And here are some suggestions you can use, like sensor accuracy and live video, you know, so on and so forth. And then the star represents you have to do a feature of your choice. So we're giving them some things that are typical to drones, or, you know, the variety of drones out there, and they're coming up with a design solution. And mind you, these little dots, they really were in real life stickers. So they like represented the design upgrades that they would want on their drone with stickers. I had one group, they wanted to do a drone that was slow climate change. So their drone was a drone that had like long GPS, long distance, and their feature of choice was a seed dispenser. So, you know, just to think of something like 12-year-old girls are like, oh, they can imagine this happening. I think that's just very inspiring for them to think of something that actually is viable and, you know, obviously beneficial as the social change. So I just wanted to highlight that. Curriculum wise, when we talk about tech and the STEM, we use Tello and drone blocks as our way of, you know, one, just getting them introduced to the maneuvers of how the drone worked. We use the Rise Tello drone, and then drone blocks for the coding piece of it. And this is just another like quick video that is showing them how they use their coding. So we had some successes, some failures. You know, the thing about coding is you have to keep at it to get good. So there was a lot of trials and smiles, I would say. After the girls went through our whole little business model, as you saw with all the boxes, they did a tech demo, which is an example of them doing that course. And then they spoke about their drone businesses. They did a drone pitch. We had some key rock stars as our panelists. We had Sam Scully. We had Jennifer Benson, who's one of the leaders at Collins Aerospace, one of our key sponsors. And then we had Jamar Williams and Councilmember Monica Montgomery Stepp there as well. So I personally was just so impressed by seeing how the girls answered these questions that were very technical, and they were able to just kind of like answer things on the fly and just be very intelligent and kind of show off their skills. And I was very impressed by how sophisticated that they were in their answers and their approach. So this is kind of the Girl Met Drone piece of it. So 5 things that I pretty much took away from the program is that tinker and troubleshoot was very key. So the Rise Tele drone, it's an excellent educational drone, but I had volunteers in the room. A lot of them were my coworkers from Collins Aerospace, and I probably should have done a session with them beforehand in order for them to get comfortable with the drones to teach the girls about the drones. So, play around with it beforehand, because, I felt like in a lot of ways, everybody was learning together. I knew a lot about the Rise Tele drone, but I had about 8 volunteers who were also first timers. So I would put that as like something I would do different. Another key piece is that this was a program that was ran over 4 Saturdays in September. And if I was to do it differently, I would have made this a summer program where it's like a Monday through Friday back to back, just so they can retain the information more and not feel like it's Saturday school, because September they're already back in school. So these were 4.5-hour days as well. So I think just having it in a summer camp setting would have just allowed them to have a little bit more, more engagement and freshness of the material. I also had a mix of girls. I had 30 girls all together. Some were middle and some were high school. So as you can imagine, middle schoolers are a lot different than high schoolers. So I probably would have either split the middle schoolers into one type of team and then high schoolers into a different team, or just do a middle school session and a high school session. Something that is very good for nonprofits to do is to, track their metrics, look at who they're serving. We normally do a pre and post survey, and we did get some good data in terms of like who was in the room. We had mostly underserved girls in there, a lot of first-time coders. And because the program was like very much comprehensive and there were a lot of moving parts, I should have done a little bit more on the back end of capturing a lot of the metrics. So I'm still in the process of gathering some data. As a result, I'm meeting with one of the leaders tomorrow, but if I would do this again, I would be more prepared on like, what are my post data metrics? And then I love that we had some drone experts in the room. I love that we had Sam and Jamar there, but I think having more drone experts represented there would have really made, a bigger difference, because we went through about 10 different drone industries. We talked about like how drones could be used for health and sanitation and weather and like all these different industries. So it would have been cool to see more drone representatives in these different industries as the people that the girls were pitching to, and make it come to life a little bit more. And then I would say from like a traction standpoint, kind of like where we left off, or, what's coming up next. I do have I was gifted some software by Drone Deploy. So Ebony is coming up with ways that we could use this right now. We have a lot of good ideas, because some of the girls actually did want to continue with this. And I would say what Greater Than Tech is pretty much all about is we're that exposure piece. We're more so, we're going to just introduce you to it. And we want to pipeline you to the next phase of your journey. So we're using partnerships, or we're working with partners to figure out, okay, well, which girls want to actually go off and get their drone licenses. So that would be the purple box, engaging students that want to continue. I'm going to be meeting with them soon. And then doing a summer camp version of this in 2022, making it more like a July, June timeframe. And then using more drone community partners for, you know, making it bigger, serving more youth, getting into different locations. And I just wanted to like go over feedback a little bit, at least the students. So I had one girl in there. She was very excited to be she liked engineering and she liked robots. So she wanted to be a roboticist, and she left that program saying like, now I want to own a robotics company. And I'm like, oh, that's just amazing. Like, she's only 14. So, you know, just her saying she got to learn about engineering and business, and she gained a lot of skills from that. So what I like about how we do things is that everybody can take something from a piece of something from the program. You're going to get the coding, you're going to get the STEM, but you're also going to get, you know, some creativity, some marketing, some finance, like whatever you latch on, there's something for you here. And I think we just bring in a world view of like how tech is integrated into the world in general. And then overall, I think, you know, parents were happy, our nonprofit partners were happy. Typically, we partner with nonprofits who have students and, you know, provide a STEM program to them. So that's kind of how we've been working. And overall, I mean, I would say this was very fulfilling for me. I really enjoyed this program. I love that the girls enjoyed it as well. And with that, I will open it up for questions.
Jasmine.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Go ahead.
This is the most comprehensive program I've seen that is like close to real world. Everything you hit on in your curriculum is basically what I do every day, from tinkering to the marketing to flying a drone, screwing up the programming and reprogramming. This is the most comprehensive I've seen to date. So excellent job. I sent you my contact information. Desi told me you're in San Diego. Yeah. Let's connect.
Absolutely.
I know Sam, I know Jamar, and so however I can help and USOG can support you, please let us know. Absolutely love to help you out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
A lot of great comments. So can you share into the chat as far as if somebody wanted to help out and reach out to you? Actually, there's a lot of San Diego based people. Founts is one of them. Tawny, she's in here. She's already saying, count me in. So how can people help? It's one thing to say, yes, we'd like to reach out to people and all that, but what ways can we help? And I'm going to stop with the screen share.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm planning to do a 2022 version. Ideally, I would put together a sponsorship package. That's a really great way to help. Other than that, the way Sam and Jamar helped were judges. They were, you know, the panelists, and they also did a drone demo as well. So, you know, just having representatives there to, you know, really kind of connect the dots of the real life. You know, they're working with tele drones, but we're going to show you how the real drones work. I think also was very eye-opening for them too. So I would say financial support, obviously we're a nonprofit, but you know, representation is just very key to bringing it to life as well. Awesome. So thank you.
Awesome. Yes. Also, can you share the links that you had shown? There's a few people that had asked for it, and the sound was a little bit difficult. So
yeah, no problem.
We'd love to go back to it again.
Yeah.
There's Vic putting his information in there. Everyone is just so excited about the program. Can you tell us about, so you, at this point, I know you were saying that you wanted to segue over and do it as a week-long STEM program during the summer. What does the typical day look like when, and it's a 4.5-hour program. And so what does that typical day look like?
Yeah, so typical day, basically those boxes are chopped up. Like we focus on one area a day or like 2 areas a day. So for example, we normally start with the engineering piece and we talk about the design. So, or we give them the objective first, you know, more about like, let's set the stage, let's talk about what we're doing here. And we give them time to brainstorm, think about ideas. Everything is always group work. So they're always in a team. To start off with, we give them like icebreakers, you know, just to kind of get comfortable. But we tell them about like what an engineer does, what a business person does. And then we ask them, okay, who wants to be the testing lead? Who wants to be the marketing lead? Who wants to be the design lead? So that also kind of tells us what the girls want to do. And I mean, everybody gets to experience everything, but you know, some girls are more about, I just want to code and that's it. Some girls want to make the logo, make the design. So we kind of do everything very much like systematically, step by step, like, okay, 1, let's form our team. 2, let's make our roles. 3, let's learn about this. So basically we're going through those boxes of that business model canvas I showed you kind of step by step. And, you know, obviously there's some breaks in between, but it's kind of this culminating at the end, everybody's working on their pitch and then they do a pitch for, you know, whoever's there. So it's very much like step 1, step 2, step 3.
Amazing. Awesome. So I see a couple hands are raised. Sam, I saw your hand up there. I know you were actually a part of this. And so love to hear from you. And then Vic, I'll get you on the next one.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I was honored to be a judge. Let me tell you, those young ladies were tough. I remember 3 projects off the bat where one was going to do returns, which I'm a big returner at Amazon, but I would ask them questions about once my return gets there, how am I going to get a credit? And they were able to answer that one. Another one I remember, young lady, they built a system where the drone would inform people that there was going to be bad weather. And again, I was asking about, well, where would that vehicle be located at? Where would that drone launch from? And they were able to answer the question. So my point is that if you have an opportunity to participate, please do. I did try to use my stick skills that Desi taught me. So, so definitely come in with good skills like that and just be a part of it. And just them seeing, you know, especially women of color doing it, they loved it. And I think whether you're a woman of color or another color, just seeing all of the support, they will love it. And I think it's a great investment of our time if you have a chance to do it.
Awesome.
Thank you,
awesome.
Sam.
Awesome. And Vic, you had something that you wanted to put in there?
Yes, I did. Actually, I have a favor for Jasmine and others who do the same thing she does. What, you know, some of you may know I'm on the FA task group for K-12 STEM education, trying to get the FA to kind of pick up the ball and run with it a little bit on promoting this stuff. If you have our report will be out next month at the next DAC meeting, ACT meeting, whatever it's called now. But if you, it's not the report's done and we're done. This is just going to be an ongoing project. So anybody who does this type of stuff, especially Jasmine, that was a phenomenal presentation, by the way.
Yeah.
Would you please email me and give me ideas about how you think the FAA can help you, or at least help the STEM programs in general, help you get the word out, help you do what you need to do, and basically just, hey, come on, FAA, let's run with this thing and help use STEM programs like what y'all are doing to really help the aviation industry, because the aviation industry is hurting right now for pilots, mechanics, all across the board. So if you could do that, my email's in there. I would certainly appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thanks, Vic.
Awesome. All right. So he put that into the chat, and so reach out to him on that. And then Michelle, you had your hand up as well.
Hi there, Jasmine, phenomenal job. Really, really excited to be a part of the program in any way possible. Question for you, you did say that the girls tend to, lean towards one area of the program or another. I don't know if you have the support yet, but do you have them break up into small groups and then try to have subject matter experts kind of walk them through that process, or are you just not at that point?
Yeah, so I would say I'm kind of the SME on the curriculum. I have the engineering and business background. And for example, for Girl Meets Drone, when the marketing and business lead girls were doing the finances, like we had them come up with, okay, how much does the drone cost? You know, I showed them it costs $1,000. Your design upgrades could be this much, but how much would you sell it for? The girls who were the coders, like they did not want to be a part of that discussion. So, you know, to that point, the girls who wanted to keep coding and keep working on the tech part, they were testing their drones, but the girls that actually wanted to learn about, you know, the financial piece of it, they were more of a small group of, you know, the girls working on that. So, I mean, I think there's definitely opportunity for me to get some more SMEs that can, you know, enhance how we're teaching the financial aspect or, you know, any particular aspect. But I would say this is just more of that like exposure, you know, kind of lily pad way of just giving them everything. And then what sticks is what sticks. And, you know, what I really want to do is get to the point where, okay, if the girls want to do this, I can bring them to someone that can further enhance them in that particular area.
Well, wonderful stuff. So happy to support in any way.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So it looks like a lot of people are wanting to reach out and help, and there's such a huge value in this. And so there's a lot of people wanting to help you out there. Make sure that you put your information in there as well, Jasmine, so that people have a way that they could reach out. And I would like to go ahead and segue over to our breakout sessions. And I would like to keep that topic going right along with what Vic had said. How can we build this future? What can we do? What ways can we reach out to promote things? And what suggestions can we have for the FAA? And so we're going to go ahead and go to those breakout sessions. And then when we're done, yes, if we could share those with everybody, because each room will have their own ideas. All right. So once again, thank you, Jasmine, and we're going to go to those breakout sessions. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. That kind of wraps it up.